Hello everyone, today we have new video review, and as you can see this time we are going to check kit from Eduard. That's a weekend edition kit which is molded in 1/48 scale as shown here, and as you can see it copies PF 109G-2. So here straight away on the box art we can see two marking options which are included into this kit. Overall design is quite typical. We have this blue colored box with marking options on the front, as I said before. As you can see, it is new type of the box which was introduced in 2018. Here you can see comparison with my hand. The main difference is that it's thinner than it was before, and here by the way you can see some safety devices for this kit as well as one of the marking options, and on the other side we can see both marking options depicted in the profile view. And of course here we have all necessary paints for this build. So let's open it, and here's what we have inside. So as you can see we have plastic sprues packed into the separate plastic bags, and for some of you this kit might be familiar because it's actually the same as what we got in the Profipack kits. So we are going to check it closer and see maybe there is something interesting inside. Okay, so let's open this kit. Just give me a second. Okay, so here we are. First of all, we have transparent plastic sprue which is packed into the separate plastic bag. Obviously it will help us avoid any possible damage to those clear parts. So just give me a second to remove it out of the plastic bag and we'll check everything closer. So here it is. Let's zoom in. And now you can see it closer. So here obviously we have canopy parts, and of course that's a 1/48 scale kit, so we will be able to build a model with open canopy. And as you can see we have several types of the canopy, but we will use only one of course. So all other parts will go into your spare boxes, and I think it's a really cool feature because you will have some parts for your next projects. And those are noticeably better than other offerings on the market. Then we have first gray plastic sprue. Let's zoom out, and here you can see it. So this is a sprue with wing ports. As you remember, BF 109 from Eduard has quite interesting parts division. Why? Because here we have separate wheel wells, we also have separate air intakes, and also we have separate wing mechanization. It includes ailerons here, flaps here, and front slats here. Moreover, the wing edges are molded as a guiding elements, so here you can see what we have inside. So let's focus the camera on these parts, just give me a second. Now you should be able to see this interesting parts design. And note that pitot tube is also pre-molded, so be careful while handling it. And also, not only those wing edges will help us with guiding, we also have position pins, as you can see. So quite an interesting design, and external surfaces look really good. Here you can see that we have recessed panel lines and riveting, so all these features will be even better after you apply some weathering on them, of course. Okay, next we have this plastic sprue. Here as you can see we have fuselage halves, and both fuselage halves are molded together with tail segment and also together with top cowling panel. So it is different from what we got in the previous kits, because in the previous releases in G6 we had separate top cowling panel. Now we will have to deal with the seam between them, or maybe it will be let's say removed with help of separate hinge which is molded as a separate part, as you remember. Again, we have also separate air intake here. I will show it in a second. So let's focus the camera, now we should be able to see it. So we have here a special installation slot for the air intake. We have recessed panel lines and riveting, of course. Everything looks really nice. Let's not forget that you can upgrade, for example, here you can install a radio station which will be open. And inside we have minor cockpit detailing, but no worries, it will be also improved with separately molded parts. And we also have some guiding elements which will help us with alignment. but mostly the cockpit will be the main guiding part inside the fuselage, in my opinion. And note that the whole fuselage panel is attached only by 4 attachment points, which is really nice in my opinion. And next we have bigger plastic sprues, because they are actually carrying, let's say, the biggest share of the parts. So here you can see it. Just give me a second to open it, because here we get interesting set of various elements. So first of all, we have this white plastic sprue. Let's center it. Now we zoom out so that you can see whole frame. So here it is. As you can see here, we have, of course, the most noticeable part is this cockpit floor. We also have 3 propellers, which are attached by 3 attachment points. We also have several types of the wheels. We have an external fuel tank, parts for the wheel wells here and there. Also several types of the dashboards, so that if you would like to use decals, you have the plain one. If you would like to use dry brushing method, you have the one with pre-molded dials. Let's bring it closer so that you understand what I'm talking about. So just give me a second. I need to focus the camera on this, and you will see it. Here it is. As you can see, really nice molding quality. And let's not forget that there is also brassine set available. So if this is not enough for you, you can get brassine, or at least a look set from the same manufacturer, or maybe even PE set from the same manufacturer. Here we have another plastic sprue. This one is more concerned with external elements. So as you can see, we have, for example, rudder here, we have flaps, also ailerons here, front slats, landing gear legs, tail wings, gun barrels, exhausts, air intakes again, fuel tank. Everything is here, and some of them can be replaced with resin, so I recommend to check thoroughly what is available on the Eduard website, because some of the products really influence on the final appearance of this kit. So if you would like to get even more realistic copy, I would recommend to go into resin accessories from brassine series. Next we have separate plastic bag with decals. Here it is. Again, I need a second to open it, and we'll check everything closer. So first of all decal sheets are printed in Eduard, and here you can see the first one. So let's zoom in, and now you can see it. So of course we have swastika included. We also have some decals for the cockpit, seat belts and dashboard. So out of the box you can get really interesting copy of the cockpit without getting anything extra. Printing quality looks quite fine. And next we have another decal sheet. This one is dedicated to stencils. The printing quality is also quite nice. It is also made in Eduard, and as you can see, all those symbols will definitely influence the final appearance of your model in the finished state. But that's not all, because we also have assembly manual. Here it is. Assembly manual is printed in form of this large brochure, which is typical for Eduard, I would say. We have short history note on the first page. As you can see, it is written in English and Czech. And next we have parts map. And note how many parts won't be used. These are marked with these blue areas. And as you can see, a lot of parts will go into our spare boxes. Assembly process starts with cockpit. So we start with cockpit floor, then we continue with cockpit walls. We also install gun barrels into the fuselage, as well as exhausts. So as you can see, you won't be able to leave them off until the final steps of the assembly, as in some other kits. As I said before, we have separately molded hinge, which is quite nice in my opinion. Also here we have wing assembly process. So as you can see, a lot of parts will have to be joined, so be careful and check what you are doing. Here we are installing air intakes, flaps, landing gear here. And next we have canopy installation, propeller assembly, external gun condos, and also here we have marking guides for 2 marking options. So this one comes from JG54 from Eastern Front, summer 1942, and this one comes from JG5. It's Salmijärvi, Finland, May 1943. This one can be assembled with external guns, while this one has, let's say, clean wings. So it will be up to you which one you choose for your project. And here you can see, of course, stenciling guide. So as you can see, we have another nice weekend edition kit, and I think some modelers like such, let's say, concept that you get plastic and decals, basically all what you need to get the out-of-the-box model, and then you are free to decide which bonuses you would like to use in your project. So you can buy resin, you can buy PE, you can buy masks. Everything will be dependent on your decision. So if you are such type of modeler, write here in the comment section below. I will be happy to hear your opinion. And of course, don't forget to press the like button because this helps us greatly. You also can subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you won't miss any new video reviews. And I will see you in the next video review as usual. Bye.